Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, That Model Railway Guy. We're back again for another live stream. We had a week off, but now we are back again. And yeah, basically, we're gonna hang out, we're gonna run some trains on the Modular Model Railway, which you can see hopefully behind me. We've got subscribers coming in everywhere. That one didn't actually show up on the thing, but I can hear them coming in. But yeah, it's great to have you all with me. Like I said, we're gonna run some trains. I'm gonna try and take as many of your questions as I can as well. The other thing as well, if you would like to, is if you would like to see a specific loco running on the layout, you can send in a super chat and in the comment let me know what loco you would like to see. There's a link, not a link, there is a list down in the description below of all the different locos that I have available on the roster, so to speak. So yeah, pick one from there, stick that in your comment. If you send in a super chat, I will guarantee to run that loco for you. Same as well, if you just have a question, and sometimes the chat goes a bit fast as well. If you have a question that you really desperately want to ask me, then please do send in a super chat as well. And that, again, that flashes up on the screen. It makes a big noise. It basically gets my attention and means that that you know, I'm not going to miss it, basically. So yeah, but as always, we have a fair few cameras situated around the layout. For example, this one here over by the embankment there, and you can see we've got the Kerr Stewart, the Planet Industrial's Kerr Stewart, running around with a couple of those Mark I Suburbans there. But yes, and then a little bit as we get a little bit further around, we sort of come more into the yard area of the layout as the Victory there approaches the station. We've got a few things there hanging around in the shed as well. Just to inspire you in case there's things that you would like to see running. We don't just have this particular shot though. We've also got this one there down by the station there. Oh, blimey! Oh. Soda Dan the Man has become a member. I think you were already a member, so that's an interesting one. Maybe it's I was going to say it's the first time since you've commented since you've become a member, but that's certainly not the case because you were talking all in the last one, and you're also the moderator as well. Anyway, probably a good idea to you know, have a shout out for Soda Dan the Man at the beginning of the stream anyway, because he is our moderator tonight. So please don't make his life too difficult. I will also be trying to keep an eye on the chat as much as I can as well. But yes, you saw a couple of the other camera angles that we've got there, and of course we can go to the big sort of overview shot here where you can see me in the middle and then all the railway around me as well. So yeah, that is essentially what we're going to be doing tonight. Oh, I see. I see what it was. I've actually read the message now from Soda Dan the Man. It was, yay, 2 years a member. It's easy and fun to join. So very good point. So yeah, Soda Dan the Man has been a member for 2 years. Thank you so much. It's really incredible. And yeah, and this to all of the members really. Thank you so much, because it really does allow me to keep making videos. And yeah, it's that little extra sort of bit of income every month, I guess, that just sort of allows me to, you know, kind of go, okay, what videos do I need to pay for this month, essentially? What materials do I need, or stuff like that? I mean, certainly when it comes to building like big layouts and stuff that is, you know, my own hobby, essentially, that I don't tend to spend money from the channel on that, but certainly, you know, keeping videos going, even just my time and effort and stuff like that, it all really helps out. So thank you so much. Soda Dan the Man also did send in a super chat before the live stream got started yesterday, I think you did, and so we are going to do that. But yeah, so don't worry. Well, I'm sort of going to do it. He requested to see Percy and Annie and Clarabelle because he'd seen them in a behind the scenes video. Unfortunately, Percy, actually I should get him, he's just here behind the camera, which is why I'm standing up all of a sudden. But yes, here is Percy. Hopefully you can see him. I know it's not particularly in focus, but there is Percy. Unfortunately, Percy does not have a DCC decoder in him, so I can't run Percy. Yeah, my Percy and my Thomas I've sort of kept as they're my sort of childhood locos as such, and so as a result I've kept them basically as they were, I guess is the easy way to sort of, yeah, anyway, so, but I do have a plan for you, Soda Dan the Man. I will be running Annie and Clarabelle with, I don't know if you can see it there actually, if we go to camera number 4, you can just see the little Hunslet, the green Hunslet there, which is the closest thing I had to a Percy replacement. So it is a green saddle tank. That's about as good as I can do. But we will run that round in a moment. In actual fact, what I shall do in just a moment is we'll get that going, and we'll swap over from the Cursed Stuart Victory. Anyway, let's jump into the chat just for a moment, because I always forget to do this at the start of the live stream. Who have we got with us tonight? Let's have a look at everyone who is in the comments. So we have Adam Fordham, Alex Turnley, Blobs, Callum Rowley, Choberton Junction, Dugmere Junction and Hayfield Road, Edingham Junction, Go For It Painting, Hermitage Road, John Riley, hello to you as a member, JRS43, Luke Gucci, I'm not entirely sure how that's supposed to be pronounced. Where was I? Oh, Mr. Plopstick, fantastic name. Plastic Army Labs, PN Motorsport Trains, Quint L, RG Models 86, Right on Track, Shardmander, who is also a member, Soda Danderman, who is of course our member, is a member and also a mod as well, Spring Cottage Model Railway, and Stan Does Trains. I think that is everybody. So thank you so much to everybody who's tuning in. I'm sure there are loads more of you. Apparently we have 81 people watching, so that is just everyone who has left a comment. That is, yeah, so if you've left a comment, thank you so much. If you're just watching along and you don't want to interact with us, or you just want to keep an eye on the chat but you don't want to type anything yourself, also fine as well. We're all here. We love having you anyway. So yeah, that is, I can see lots of stuff coming in. Right. Let me have a look. Okay, let's see. Soda Danderman says there's always room for Thomas Locos on Heritage Railway. Indeed there is, yes. RG Models 86 says if you get the Bachmann Thomas Locos, they come DCC ready next 18. Yes, that is something I have considered as well. As Soda Danderman has pointed out, because I have a Heritage Railway, Pitley is modelled on a Heritage Railway, I should probably have a Thomas of some sort. I have a plan. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull it off, but I have a plan. All should be revealed in the coming months, hopefully. But yes. Spring Cottage Model Railway says, evening all, hi Joe, hello, hello to you. Plastic Army Lab says, Accurascale Class 31 would look so cool. It does, it's a very, very nice loco. Alex Tunley says, is Teton going to be at any model events this year? I shall say yes. I'm not allowed to say where yet. But it's cool. It's gonna be a fun one. It's not gonna be doing Spa Valley Railway again, not as far as I know. Well, no, it won't be, because if I do take anything to Spa Valley, it'll be something a bit different, I think. Because we did Spa Valley Railway with Teton last year, so that it doesn't make sense to sort of repeat it, to do it twice in a year there. And yeah, also because Teton is going to be having another appearance at some point in the year. Yeah, and I will reveal that when I am allowed to, basically. I believe that they are wanting to... the show in question, I believe, is wanting to make some special announcements for certain layouts, and Teton is one of them, that they've decided that they would really like to... yeah, that they would like to feature. So that's really cool. But yeah, sorry, Alex, that's a slight avoidance of your question. But yes, it is going to be doing a show at some point this year. And like I said, hopefully I will do something for Spa Valley as well. Regardless of whether I actually have a layout or not, I will be around. So yeah, right. The comments are coming in so fast that I do need to have a quick look. RG Models 86 says day out with Thomas at Pitley Steam Railway. Yes, that's my thinking as well. Gus Brooks says I have a question. Go for it. What is your question? You don't have to ask. You can just type a question. If I see it, then I will try and reply to it. But seeing it, whether I see it or not, is the big question there. Anyway, yes. So let's. We've got 94 people viewing. Hello to all of you who are watching. It is fantastic to have you with us. Right. So the Cursed Stuart Victory is making its way around the layout again. So I think what we'll do on this particular one is we shall stop it and we'll get something else. We'll get Soda Danderman's super chat running. Like I said, if any of you would like to see specific locos running tonight, please don't forget to send in your super chats. You can send them in at any time. I will get to all of them as well. I'll let you know when there's like a cut-off towards the end of when we're not going to accept anymore. But yeah, you can send in a super chat, and there's a load of locos down in the description for anything that you would like to see running on the layout. And yeah, we've got some interesting stuff here tonight. Right, I need to concentrate now because if I don't, I am going to end up crashing this loco. Oh, I haven't been running this with the sound on. I should have been doing that really, shouldn't I? But oh well. Anyway, there we go. As it comes into the station, I'll sort of turn the sound on right at the end, which is probably not the most ideal situation. Oh, we've just had a super chat come in right as I was trying to stop the loco. Give me 2 secs. I'm just going to pause that there. Who was that? That was Matt Toon, who donated 79 pence through the super chat. Thank you so much, Matt. That's really, really kind of you. If you've got a request or something you'd like to see, let me know. But otherwise, if I don't see your message, it gets a bit tricky for me to go back through the chat, as I've discovered, and figure out what everyone wants to see. So you do kind of need to let me know in the comments what you want to see. But thank you all the same, Matt. Right, so we have on in platform 2, we have a Hunslet, which has got Annie and Clarabelle behind it, which I need to run for Soda Dander Man. Oh, Matt Toon says, can my son have Sir Nigel Gresley and the coronation coaches, please? We are building a Teton-inspired layout at the moment. Oh, fantastic! That's absolutely fantastic to hear. Right, let me get this. Let me get the Hunslet running for Soda Dander Man, and I shall start sorting that one out next. Anyway, here we go. Right, got the sound on. There we go. Hopefully I've set all the points correctly. No, I haven't. Why did that point not move? There we go. Right, hopefully the rest are all okay. Anyway, there you go. You can see we've got the Hunslet there running with Annie and Clarabelle. It does make you realise just quite how big these coaches are. I have to admit, actually, as well, I've not actually tested these coaches on the layout, so this is going to be interesting. Yeah, we'll see what happens with this. And as they disappear off there into the distance, I just have to remember to swap the camera around. There we go, going over the... It is a nice pairing. I know it's not quite Percy for you, Dan, but it's yeah, it's a fantastic one. Apparently Gus has asked his question. Right, let me go back and see what that... Oh, is there a stop decoder or something that a train stops for a time you can set, then starts riding again? A cheap automatic train. Oh, hello! Standards Trains has become a member. Gus, don't worry, I will get back to you. I will get back to your message in just a moment. But thank you so much to Standards Trains. Thank you for becoming a member. That's really, really kind of you. And yeah, just for those of you who don't know, if you become a member, you do get early access to all the videos. And there's also exclusive behind-the-scenes videos as well. And lots of other little bits. You get things like, well, you get the little badge next to your name for a start. Oh, hello. The Hunslet has derailed in the fiddle yard. That wasn't ideal. No. Oh, and now the coupling's locked as well. Oh, it's all happening all of a sudden. I mean, normally you guys like it when there are crashes and derailments, but unfortunately this one has happened in the fiddle yard, so you can't see it. Right, hang on, let me just... I've got so many things to catch up on. Right, let me sort this out. There we go. It's almost as if nothing had happened. Right. Oh, where am I? Where am I now? I've got to go back through all the chat and everything. Ah, right, sorry. So yes, I was saying to Stan Does Trains, thank you so much for becoming a member. Yeah, you do, for those who don't know, I've covered all this already, but as well as the little badge next to your name, you also get some like custom emojis that you can use on the channel as well. So yeah, those are really cool. I need to make some more of those actually, or maybe what I should do is ask you guys as channel members what particular things you would like to see. So or have as emojis, because yeah, we've got so many new members now. We've got access to loads more. I think when you first start out with the membership, you can only have like 4 emojis or something. So I made 4, and now we've got like way over 200 members or something. So it's like, yeah, I should probably make some more. Right. So back to Gus's question. He was asking, is there like a stop decoder that a train stops for a time that you can set and then starts riding again, a cheap automatic train road? Okay, so there's 2 kind of ways of doing this. The first is In terms of like having a standard decoder, no, there isn't something like that, not as far as I know. Oh, thank you so much to Steve Matt George, who has just subscribed. I'm going to turn the, I'm just going to turn the sound off on the Hunslet because it is causing me to get distracted. There we go. I can talk a bit more freely now. It is quite loud. Yes, so we have everything is happening. Raven, oh, I can't even see that one. Ravenhawk6910 says, hello from the United States. When you can, will you please run the J70? Absolutely, I will do that for you. Thank you so much. Yeah, we've got loads of super chats coming in tonight. So we've got to run Sir Nigel Gresley, and we've also got to run the J70, and we have the Hunslet running around. You can just see there on the top right of your screen. Right. Decoder question. I need to actually get through this now. Okay, so there isn't like a standard decoder that you can have where it just has like built-in automation into it. There are two ways of doing this as far as I know. One is to use like a shuttle unit. I just recently did a video on this. You can get analog shuttle units and digital shuttle units as well. I used one on my Christmas layout. Like I said, I literally did a video on this. I think it was like December 28th or something like that. So that's probably, and that basically is if you want to have a loco like shuttle backwards and forwards automatically. You can also have it so it'll stop in the middle, like if you have a station in the middle and then a fiddle yard sort of area at each end if you wanted it. Anyway, that's the whole thing that you could do. The other thing is ABC braking, or it's automatic brake control. So that is a thing that is built into some decoders, and you have to check which ones it is. I believe Zemo decoders have them built into. I'm not entirely sure on ESU. I don't know if Pedantic Model Railways is in the chat today, because I know he knows all about ESU decoders, but I haven't seen him. So anyway, yeah, some decoders have ABC automatic brake control built into them, which is essentially a thing where you can kind of send a signal through the rails almost, and it tells a decoder to stop in a certain section. You do have to still like split the rails and kind of set it up in a certain way. So yeah, it is one of those things where it's like it's not just as simple as installing a decoder, because you need to be able to signal to the loco where to stop. But one of the things I have seen that you can do with automatic brake control ABC is that you can have it linked to like a signal or something. So you could have a red signal or a vertical, not a vertical, a horizontal signal, like a stop signal of some sort. And when that signal is down, and that sort of sends a code, I guess, through the track, any loco that comes up to that signal will automatically stop. As soon as you set the signal to clear, it will move on again. So yeah, there is, you can sort of do it something like that. I suppose you could sort of set it on a timer some way, but I don't think there's like an out-of-the-box solution. If there is, someone let me know in the chat, but yeah, I'm not entirely... yeah, I'm not entirely sure. But those would be the two ways I would think of doing it. The easier way is to do it with the shuttle unit, and you can have the thing shuttle backwards and forwards, and I'm sure there must be like some sort of automatic station stop or something for DCC somewhere. That's similar, but it's not like a decoder that you put in the thing. It's more like a module or a circuit board that you attach to the underside of your layout, and you have a separate kind of like bit of railway that is isolated for it, so that when your train runs into that section, it knows to slow down and stop and then wait for a certain amount of time and then carry on again. So yeah, there's probably something like that. It's just not like a physical decoder. I hope that answers the question. Right, so I did see Matt Toon was asking about the TMRG wagons. For those that don't know, or where is it? Right, I'm just gonna quickly grab this. Oh, I've just realised that train doesn't actually have a loco on it, which is interesting. I should probably do something about that. So this is the little, oh, it doesn't show up very well on camera. There you go. Well, you can't really see it. Oh, I'll tell you what I should do. just put it, I'll just put it on the track for a moment while the Hunslet, this isn't going to go badly at all, is it? I'll just leave the wagon there. So this is the custom wagon that Rapido did for me. It's when they were testing out their UV printing sort of technique, where you can go to one of their shows and pick up the customized wagons where you get to design it yourself. And so they were testing the thing. This doesn't use like one of the templates that they use, but they very kindly did this for me as a one-off. And so yeah, and when people saw this, lots of people have said that they would like one, essentially. And as Soda Dandaman has quite correctly sort of put in the chat there, it very much depends on the numbers and whether it's worthwhile. So, tell you what, this is a good chance for me to try and like run a little poll of some sort. Let's see. Okay, if I can figure this out. How do I do this? I did this before. I now genuinely can't remember how I did this. There's like, oh, here we go. Right, there's a thing there. Okay, so if I start a poll, okay, so I've started a poll on whether you would buy a TMRG wagon or not. That's with the logo on the side. Please only vote if you would genuinely actually buy one. Like, I know it's just easy to click yes, I would buy one, but one of the things is like it's actually figuring out like what the demand is for it. So if you're just going, oh yeah, I want you to make it, but I'm not actually going to buy it for my own railway. Oh, I've left that flipping thing. I knew this would happen. I'd get distracted. I literally just saw it running off with it there away. Oh, that tells me to be smart. So like, if you would genuinely buy one of these little wagons, one of the wagons that I'm now going to hold in my hand so that I don't make that mistake again, then just let me know it. Like, I don't mind either way. Like, if everyone says no, then we won't make it, obviously, because if there's no point in us making it if nobody's going to buy it. Does that make sense? So yeah, and it's one of those things where if it turns out that only like 5 people want it, then that's the thing as well. It's not just necessarily the ratio of yes to no. It's also like how many people actually would buy it. So like, if you're saying yes, you would buy it. You know, if we know that like, okay, there's, you know, this many people that aren't necessarily like guaranteed sales but would seriously consider it, then yeah, that is a consideration for us. I can see that it's about 67% at the moment, at least for me. So that is positive, at least. Can I go into the chat as well and see? It doesn't actually show me. Oh, we've got 26 votes on there already, so that's a decent amount. So I mean, that's giving us an idea of sort of genuinely. Dave Rowledge says, how much is it? I mean, that's the difficult question. Is at this point in time, I don't really know. The one that I have on the where is it? There it is. This one is on a Rapido wagon, which would mean that would be done. That would cost around about £30 or whatever the Rapido wagons go for. I don't know if we would do it on that body. I know you can get like Dapol wagons done. I know you can have, I think Oxford Rail, there might be an option of doing it with Oxford Rail ones as well. My general sort of feeling is that we would try and keep the price down as much as possible. I don't think having something like this on a Rapido wagon is really that necessary, because it's this is a really highly detailed wagon with my silly little logo on it. It's a bit, you know, this is kind of a novelty item, and so it feels like one of those things where actually it'd be better to be on maybe one of the cheaper wagons, like one of the Dapol ones. I don't know. These are all of the questions that that I just kind of have to figure out, and just sort of, yeah, it's just stuff like that. So you know, but like I said, if there's enough demand for it, then we will look into it genuinely. Like, it's a thing that I would love to do. But yeah, it just needs to be like financially viable, I guess. It's the thing. Right. Anyway, I've got lots of super chats which I've got to get. Well, not lots. I've got 2 super chats to go through. So John Riley says, "Run another train, please." Oh yes, that's probably a good idea. So okie doke. What am I doing here? Sorry, I just got a little error message thing, and I just wanted to make sure it wasn't everything going horribly wrong. Oh, well, I still have, oh, interesting. Okay, well, we'll see what's, oh, for some reason, it says my connection is poor at the moment. Oh, hopefully this will resolve itself shortly, but there's not a huge amount I can do with it, because apparently my internet is fine. Anyway, yes, we need to get on and run another train. So what we shall do, let's go to, I believe it's that shot there. And we'll see the Hunslet run off round the layout one last time. Let's get the sound going again for it. Stan Does Train says, seems fine to me. Okay, well that's good then. If it's working for you, that's, you know, hopefully that's the case for everybody else. I don't know why I've got this weird error message, but yeah. Trigger the whistle there for a bit of fun. Okie doke, so I'm just going to run that back into the, oh, I suppose really what I should have done is left this in platform 2 and then we could have, anyway, I'll figure something out. We need to go back to this one for the moment because I do need to get this, this particular train out of the way. I've just knocked the signal as well, which is not ideal. Oh, hand of God, apologies. Oh no, that just doesn't want to play ball anymore. Right, well the signal is up in a bit of a weird position. Yeah, okie doke. Right, just trying to sort everything out here on my end. There we go, I've got that loco off. Right, what I shall do is quickly get the, we'll get the Victory out of the way. Oh, kind of cut to that camera a bit prematurely, if I'm honest. It's always kind of hard to figure it out. Right, let me just quickly swap the points back. So, what have I got to run? I've got to run Sir Nigel Gresley. Matt also wanted to see these with the coronation coaches. I'm not going to be able to do the coronation coaches because I don't have them on the layout at the moment. Just because I'm busy doing a review of them at the moment. Yeah, that's a little bit tricky to do. Generally as well, when I say I'm going to do the, when we do the super chats, I generally sort of say we keep it to just a loco, because otherwise it gets very sort of confusing doing it all, trying to keep track of a loco and yeah, trying to keep track of a loco and wagons or carriages or particular carriages as well. So yeah, like I said, I don't have the coronation coaches on the track at the moment, but I do have something else which I think will please you. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, and we shall get that running fairly shortly. I'm going to let the I'm going to let the Victory do another lap just because I like it. It's a fun little thing. Spectrum 42 says, "Hi, I'm interested in this hobby, but I can't find the information about how I can start." Right, well, it is a fairly big hobby, I appreciate. So yeah, there is quite a lot to sort of digest. Right, funnily enough, I did a video literally called "If you want to build a model railway in 2025, start here." I think I released that right at the end of last year. So if you have a look back through like the last month or so of videos, there should be a video where you can check that out, and that basically gets you. It asks basically simple questions like, how much space do you have? What particular scale or gauge do you want to have? Stuff like that, basically. You know, going through all the really basic stuff. And that's more of a kind of a discussion video, a bit like this. It's me sort of saying, these are all the things you kind of need to know about so you can make an informed decision about where you're going to start. I then also have a series called Model Railway Basics, which takes you through like the really basic techniques of like how to lay track, how to build a baseboard, doing static grass, you know, all the sort of like, you know, fairly basic ideas, you know, and tips and techniques and tutorials, so you can feel like you can just kind of get started with something. So I'd recommend having a look at both of those. Those are probably the best places to start as far as my videos are concerned. Yeah, like I say, it does just sort of give you a bit of an idea of stuff that you can, yeah, just stuff that you can do fairly easily when you are just starting out. And I appreciate it can be a bit overwhelming when you're a complete beginner. Right, I'm just bringing the Kerr Stuart to a stop. I'm going to reset the points and then we shall get Sir Nigel Gresley running. So just give me 2 secs. We shall swap to that stream, that place there. And give me 2 seconds. We shall get Sir Nigel Gresley running, if I can find him in the... There we go. Right, he is moving. Okay, wish me luck, everybody. Let's hope this works out. So here we go. We have Sir Nigel Gresley there on the track with a rake of teak coaches behind him there. I hope this is all right for you, Matt. This is the best I can do on short notice. But yes, we're running a little bit slowly at the moment just because I'm not entirely sure how Sir Nigel Gresley reacts on this layout. And also the coaches as well. They may decide to derail, so that could be a thing. At the moment, they seem to be fine. That's the dodgiest section of track there. I just want to see if Sir Nigel himself has stayed on the track. Yes, he has indeed. Okay, great. Well, I think we'll speed him up a little bit then, so we can have this running at a slightly more moderate. Well, we won't go breakneck speed, but I think we'll. Let's see. How does this sit? I don't want him to run too fast. I want him to be able to sort of appreciate the model as it goes around the layout. There we go. Fantastic. Yeah, it's a really nice loco, this, actually. I might just slow it down a little. Actually, no, we'll keep it about there. I'm just being aware of noise and stuff like that. But yes. So we've got a good response on that poll that I was running. 60 votes in the last 10 minutes. What should we do? Should I keep it up there for the rest of the stream? It seems like a bit much, but I guess we'll keep it up there for a little bit longer, but I think probably most people have voted already. I'll keep it up for another 10 minutes or so, and we'll see what the situation is. But yeah, thank you so much. I mean, it seems like generally people do like the idea of that model railway guy wagon. So yeah, that is cool. Thank you so much. I've just seen Mo Phipps has just said Sir Nigel Gresley and the Teaks feels very North Yorkshire Moors Railway. Funnily enough, as you said, I've literally got my, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but this is my NYMR glass that I've got from the locomotive Department of Locomotive Power. You can't see that at all, can you? Oh, you might. Yeah, you can just about see it there. But yes, you're right. It is this particular train is it is in fact something I have seen on the North Yorkshire Moors Railway myself. In fact, if you go and have a look at, I did some videos, one of which is called Sir Nigel Gresley on the North Yorkshire Moors Railway. Kind of self-explanatory, but at one point you do see it running with the Teaks. So yeah, this is something that I have seen in reality, and is a big reason why I decided to buy this model. In case you hadn't noticed, this is the model of Sir Nigel Gresley as it is preserved. Well, I don't know if it's currently as it's preserved, but it is certainly, it's the Great Gathering Sir Nigel Gresley, but from the more recent version that Hornby did literally like a year or two ago now. So, oh, I missed that one. This is what happens when I try and run everything on run the cameras while talking at the same time. But yes, it is the Hornby 00 version. So it's the expensive die-cast body one. So that is kind of it's a bit crazy. So yeah, but lovely model, really nice model. Okay, so let me have a look. Stan Does Train says it's a really good heritage railway. I highly recommend it to anybody who has never been. Yeah, it is actually. And also there is I don't know if they still do it, but at least when I went a year or two ago, you buy a ticket and it lasts for an entire year. So if you are planning to go on holiday there and like stay nearby, you can go back basically for free. You can just, go back as many times as you want. Or if you happen to live nearby, that's really handy as well. If you live nearby, I'm sure you probably know all this already. But yeah, I think it's one of those things where it's 50 quid, I think, for the year. So it's one of those things where for an entire day, it's a little bit pricey in comparison to some other heritage railways. although considering how long the North Yorkshire Moors is and how many locos are often running on any given day, I mean, you know, a normal like Tuesday at the North Yorkshire Moors is like a gala day for any other railway. So, you know, and you've got the whole Whitby section as well, so there's all that as well. But yeah, so it's a little bit pricey just if you're going to go for one day, but it is really, really great if you, yeah, if you want to run, if you want to see stuff on multiple days, basically. So yeah, I'm seeing lots of people just sending in requests. So if, just to remind you all, if you would like to see something running on the layout in particular, there is a link, there is a list, I keep saying link, there's a list down in the description of all the locos I have available, but you need to send in a super chat to do it. If you send in a super chat, that way it makes a big noise on the screen, it gets my attention, that's how I know what locos to run. Also, it just kind of restricts it a little bit, because otherwise the chat just turns into people saying, can you run this, can you run that, and I'd never get to everybody. And so just by kind of having that little bit of a restriction there of just sort of saying, if you donate to the channel and help sort of keep these streams running essentially, then I will run stuff for you. But as a thank you, basically, for your but yeah, so in addition, we've got Sir Nigel Gresley running around at the moment. That was for Matt Toon, and I think it was either for his son or his daughter. And Sir Nigel Gresley has just derailed. Give me 2 seconds. Yeah, there is that little dodgy section of track which I knew Mallard didn't particularly like, and given that this is also an A4 as well, I figured that would probably have a similar kind of reaction. But for the most part, it's doing all right. It might actually, that's the only time it's derailed so far. And the rest of the time it's actually been okay, where I think Mallard was like derailing every other lap practically. So it might be something to do with the extra weight in the Hornby 00 model that has that there. Right, let me just have a quick look for Matt Toom's. Oh, it's now not showing me what I want to see. Perfect. Oh, there we go. Here we go. Yeah, oh, because Matt Toon left. Okay, well, I think it was his son, or it was either his son or his daughter. I can't remember which one. I'm sorry, Matt, but they wanted to see Sir Nigel Gresley. I think I'm gonna go on a whim here and say I think it was his son, but I don't want to sort of cast any gender aspersions or whatever. I just can't remember, basically. It's a 50-50 choice. I probably got it wrong. Right. So in addition to this running for Matt Toon, we've also got to run, we've got to run the J70, haven't we? Yes. Now, I've got my Great Eastern coaches that I can run with this. So let me get those out. I'll get that prepared for the next, next set of things. The great thing is I'm currently on a wireless microphone, so I can duck down out of the way into my box of coaches and get these out. It does mean, of course, that by putting these on the layout, something else has to come off, which is always a slight worry, because then I have to do more work. Oh dear, it's a hard life, isn't it? But yeah, like I said, if you would like to see something specific running on the layout tonight, please do send in a super chat. It would be very much appreciated, and of course, it means you get a shout out on the stream, plus you get to see whatever loco you would like to see running on the layout. So yeah. We've got about, I'd say there's about 20 minutes left before I close what am I trying to say? Before like last call, I guess, on the super chats. Otherwise, if I get too many in right at the last minute, which is always what happens, like right as I was about to shut them down. Matt Toon said it was his son. Fantastic. I'm glad I got it right. Thank you. Right, I have the J70. We're going to get this on the track and get this running for, who was it? It was Ravenhawk 6910. So yeah, thank you so much to Ravenhawk. I believe they said they were in the United States. So fantastic that we've got so many people tuning in from all over the world. And yeah, it's just fantastic to have you here with us. Right, I'm going to end that poll there because I think we've sort of outlasted that a bit. But it was about sort of 60-40, I want to say, maybe 57 or something in comparison. So yeah, So I think we'll do another sort of round trip here with Sir Nigel Gresley as he runs around the layout. Oh, he's come off again. I can just see the bogies off there. Right, I've got to see if I can try and catch this now without making things worse. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. Oh, I waited a bit too late. Oh well. Okay, can I get this to work? Well, the good thing is that the short circuit protection has cut in, which is good. Oh dear. It's all gone horribly wrong again in the fiddle yard. I mean, this isn't surprising. The fiddle yard is the first bit of the layout that I built, so it stands to reason that would be the dodgiest bit. Right. Hopefully, let's see what happens. We'll give Sir Nigel Gresley another quick run round. I think it's only fair because that's not the way you want to go out, is it? Let's see what happens here. Oh, we've just had a super chat come in. Thank you so much, Shardmander. That's really, really kind of you. Sorry, I'm just trying to run around the layout here and just see if the loco is all fine. It seems like it might still be off slightly. Yeah, that bogey has come off again. I think I've not done it correctly. Yeah, it's come off again. I'm just going to stop it here. This is not the ideal. Well, at least it's happening on camera this time. You guys can see it. There we go. Right, let's give it one more go. Shardmander said I was going to ask for freight. Thank you so much. Yeah, we've got a freight train on the layout, so we will get that running for you. Let's do one more lap of Sir Nigel Gresley. See if we can complete a lap now before it derails. And there we go. It's coming around the layout again. Here we go. Well, it all seems to be fine this time round, so I think... Oh, no, it is just having a little moment there every so often, but yeah. I think maybe we've just got away with it on this one. Right, there we go. So that is Sir Nigel Gresley running around the layout. That was sent in by Matt Toon. Thank you so much. And now we've got to get the J70 running. So this is going to be a complete reversal from where we were. So yeah, I'm just going to bring Sir Nigel Gresley to a stop, and now I'm just going to find the J70, which is where is it? Here we go. It's going in the wrong direction. Let's run it in the right direction. That would be a good start. Come on, run for me. I have actually ordered a stay alive for the J70 because it's. Oh, do you know what actually would be a good thing to do as well? Would be to switch the points so that it can actually make it out of the fiddle yard without derailing. Right, here we go. It's coming around now. It is a very slow run of this, so I'm gonna turn it right up, and let's go to. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Oh no, I've done the wrong thing again. There we go. There we go. We can see the J70 running through there with a couple of Great Eastern carriages. Yeah, really nice little loco this. Although it is one of those things where it will find literally every little like undulation and tiny sort of issue with your track work. That's not to say it's a bad loco by any mean. It's just it will find all the faults on your layout. So and yeah, of course it will do that as well, where it stalls on the double slip. I had forgotten it did this. Yeah, we ran it in one of the test live streams for members. But I think what I may well do, we'll run it through platform 2. I think next time, because that gives me a bit of a. I think it gives it a bit of a fighting chance in some ways. But yeah, it looks really nice running around the layout there. I'm going to speed it up ever so slightly as well, just so that it makes its way through the fiddle yard. Otherwise, it literally will take like half a year for it to come round. Right. So what have I got to do next? I've got Shardmander wanted to see some freight. Thank you so much, Shardmander. So yeah. Soda Danderman says the A4 had issues last time too, didn't it? Yeah, it's something about the A4. I don't know why. The Hornby A4. It was Mallard last time. I think I said this on the stream, so I probably just missed your question at the time or your comment at the time. But yeah, so for some reason, I guess there is a dodgy bit of track on the layout which I know needs fixing, and I just never get round to it. Right, let's see what happens now with the J70 because it's running through platform 2. So fingers crossed, this will make it through the double slip. And I've also sped it up a little bit as well. Yeah, that seems to be all right. Okay, we're going to go with that then. So fingers crossed, it'll carry on running like this. I'm going to keep the sound off just for the moment, partly because it gives me a chance to think properly. And yeah. Yeah, guys, just looking at the chat. Please don't spam the chat if that's what you're trying to do. If you sort of do that kind of thing, like it just makes me want to answer your question less. If honestly, like if that's the thing, you know, if you do have a question that you desperately want me to ask, then send in a super chat because that's the way to get my attention. So yeah, same with if you want to run a loco or if you want to ask a question basically, or if you just want to be kind. But in the meantime, I will try and go through the chat generally. It's just I can't guarantee that I'm going to get to everybody's question. I did see something about people wanting me to do a live stream in my guard's uniform, which I'm not entirely sure if that was serious or not. Oh yeah, here it is. Next poll: should Joe wear his Spa Valley bib, brace, t-shirt, grease top, and footplate jacket on the next live? I mean, I'm not actually on the loco crew, so I don't have any of that stuff. I wear like it's the full guards uniform and everything. So I mean, to be perfectly honest, I'm really hot in the room now with just a t-shirt on, and because I've got all the lights and everything on. So I think I would probably boil to death if I tried to do this in my uniform. Maybe I might be able to get away with like the waistcoat or something, but I don't feel like that's, and maybe I'd just get the hat or something like that. British Steam Studio says, hey, that model railway guy, I just ordered an austerity. Oh, that's fantastic. Which one would that be? I'm assuming that's the Accurascale one, because that's just the one that's been announced. But let me know which one did you go for? If anything. Oh, hello, we've got another live stream, another super chat come in. Pannier Tank Man, that's a name I remember. Has said finally managed to catch a live stream and also planning on building a model heritage railway when I can get the room. But the house is full of clutter. Oh, fantastic. Oh, well, I'm glad. Well, not fantastic that you've got loads of clutter, but fantastic that you're going to start building a model railway. That's really great. Thank you so much for sending in that super chat. RG Models 86 says, at least wear the guard's cap. Let's see. If one of my handy helpers off camera can find the hat, then maybe we'll make that happen on this live stream. I don't know. There's somebody with no username, or at least I can't see their username, that says, how do I find the super chat? When you're typing in a comment like you've just done, there should be a little $ like below the chat. That's how you can select the super chat. But yeah. Ravenhawk6910 says, thanks for running the J70 for me. I'm thinking of getting one of these myself eventually. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, they are fantastic little models. I believe, if you haven't seen it already, I've done a review on the J70. So I believe Rapido sell them as a pack with 2 coaches. It's not the 2 coaches that I'm actually running this with. If I go to the shot here. So it's the J70 you get in the Rapido pack, and the coach that's directly behind it, not the one on the back, but the one that's directly behind it, you get 2 of those in the pack. They're really nice little coaches. They're the Wisp Beach and Upwell coaches. The one I've got on the back here is one of the Hatton's Genesis coaches. The hat has been found. I'm just going to brush this off because I've not worn it for a while, because I've not actually done a turn on Spa Valley for a while. So here we go. You have the hat. That's all you're getting. So I guess I'll wear this for a bit just to make myself feel even more silly. Do you know the funny thing as well? I very rarely actually wear this hat even when I'm working at the railway because usually I get too hot in it. And also I don't actually have a grease top hat on it. Grease-proof top thing, you know, the thing that you... I've knocked it off now. That's not great, is it? Right, anyway, I've got the hat on. I hope you're all happy. Somehow I feel that won't be the case, but yeah. But yes, anyway, I was talking about the J70. They're a really nice little loco. I have found that mine in particular does stall a little bit, so especially if I'm running with the sound on. So yeah, it is one of those things to be aware of. I am going to have a go at fitting a stay alive into mine fairly soon, I think, because I think I've figured out a way of doing it with a fairly little small stay alive. But you can see for the most part, it's absolutely fine. If your track is laid properly, unlike mine, then you've probably got a good chance of it running really, really well. I have seen. What was it? I believe it's called, the layout is called U, as in the sheep, like EWE. I did a video on that. It's Rob, I can't remember his second name, Gunstone, I think, Gunstone, something like that. But Rob, really, really fantastic modeler. He's over on RM Web a lot, I believe, if you head over to one of the forums there. Really fantastic modeler. He did a layout which ran using the J70, and it was a fantastic layout, and managed to get really incredible slow speed running out of them. These models will do incredible slow speed running. I've just found they have a tendency to stall. His didn't stall at all. I don't know if he had a stay alive. I don't think he had a stay alive in it. He may have been running analog for all I know. But yeah, have a look at that video because it's really impressive. Just the model itself, and then also the just the standard of modelling of his layout. So yeah, that is well worth a look, especially if you're looking for the models. Anyway, yeah. So right, let's have a look at the tram going around the layout again, shall we? Let's go to the main shot there. MoFip says, even though it's an 060, the J70 has a very short wheelbase. It really does. It's a really, really short wheelbase on this loco. Yeah, it's quite actually incredible when you turn it over and you have a look. It's yeah, it's pretty impressive. Let's try running with the sound on, shall we? Oh, it is going very, very fast now that I've realised I've got the sound on. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll next time it comes round, I'll run it a bit slower. We'll see what happens if I run it with the at a slightly more realistic pace, shall we say? And yeah. Emil's Lego says, do you have a 9F or a Black 5? I do indeed. I have both of those. Yeah, if you have a look down in the description, there is a link to all of the locos that I have available. So if you'd like to send in a super chat, please do let me know, and I can run one of those for you. Right, here we go. Let's go again. We'll try again with the. This feels a bit more of a realistic speed. RG Models 86 says, if only one of the J70s was preserved. Yeah, that would be really nice, wouldn't it? I think I think it's at one of the it's the Norfolk Railway Museum or something like that. It's a museum as opposed to an actual heritage railway. But they have like a little test track sort of area, I think. Right, let's see if the J70 makes it through at the slower speed with the sound on. Oh, cut to that a bit early. But yeah, I believe that one of the heritage railways has like done a sort of conversion of a diesel to make it look a bit like Toby for their Thomas days. Right, this is going to be the big test here. Is it going to make it over the double slip? It has indeed. It has made it over the double slip. This is fantastic. There we go then. Well, maybe we'll just run it like this then for a while. because it seems to be doing fairly well. I say doing fairly well. It's done 1 lap, so yeah. Oh, we've had another super chat just come in. Who is that from? That was from NX Productions 2014. Says, could you run Dinmore Manor with some GWR coaches? Oh, let me just. Oh, I've switched to the wrong camera and then I missed the train. I got so excited. Sorry, I'm just getting lots of comments coming in and wanting to reply to them all in one go. So yes, I can run Dinmore Manor. I don't have any Great Western coaches on the layout at the moment, but I'm sure we can find something to run it with. In case you haven't noticed, Dinmore Manor is actually... oh, it's not on that shot, is it? It's on this one as well. It's actually in the... in the shed there, so I can get it out of the shed, and we can do that one fairly quickly. I do have to run some freight for Shardmander first, though, so... I've got to figure out what I'm going to run on the freight. What I'm going to run on the freight train with. Maybe I should do both of them. Maybe I should do the. Now, well, let's go back to this shot for a moment. Yeah, we'll. I'm sure I'll find something to run. Oh, I know what I can do. This is handy because it's right here. I can just put it on the track. Oh, maybe not. Oh, have I done a silly thing? I think I may have got two locos with the same address. Oh no, no, never mind. I just left it up from the last time I was running the layout. Turns out I'm just a bit of an idiot sometimes. Right. Let's have a look at the J70 running around the layout one more time. Suppose we should get the whistle going at some point as well. Let's see, I've got to switch back to it now. Where is it? There we go. Can I do it again? Oh, I can ring the bell. I don't know if that's actually picking up on the camera, but yeah. So I'm going to bring the J70 to a stop in the fiddle yard now, and then we'll get who was it? Shardmander wanted to see a freight train running of some sort. So conveniently, I have a freight train in the fiddle yard already and set up and ready to go. So I'm just going to bring the J70 to a convenient stop, and then we shall get this freight train running. Should I run it with the sound? Yes, we should. Okay, let's go to that shot for a moment, just so that I can get everything set up here. And yeah, I think this is going to run in the right direction. Oh, there we go. Just realised I haven't got the sound turned on. As you've guessed, it's a diesel that I'm about to run. Oh, hello. Something's derailed. Oh no, it's all gone horribly wrong. That carriage doesn't want to work for me. There we go. I think I've just about sorted it out. Yes, so there we go. We've got the Class 25 running there with a nice long freight train. And I say a nice long freight train. I mean, it is literally the longest freight train I can get on this layout, because it's about as long as the fiddle yard is. Actually, no, it's in one of the shorter lengths, so it's technically not. But right, I'm just checking to see if I've reset all the points correctly, because I definitely want to run this through platform 1. Right. I will run it a little bit faster in just a moment for you guys. I just want to make sure I've got everything set up correctly first before I... Yeah, we'll get it going a little bit faster now for you guys. So this was Shardmander who wanted to see this one. Thank you so much, Shardmander. We'll follow it as it heads round the layout at least one more time as well. So there we go. That is the Class 25 running with a nice long freight train there. That was for Shardmander. Thank you so much, Shardmander, for sending in a super chat for this particular loco. Well, for this particular train, rather. The loco was my choice, I guess, because I just ran whatever I wanted to. But yeah. NK Productions 2014 says, Britomart, yes, or Britomart, I don't know, Britomart. But yes, I thought we had to have something on the wagon there, so that makes the most sense in my opinion, at least. Just having a look through some of the Soda Dandaman says, was just able to hear the bell then. Oh yeah, that would have been on the J70. Joshua W56 has just heard about a model railway show that's in my area this weekend. Fantastic, that's really good. I hope you're planning to go. Yeah. Pannier Tankman says, Rapido is one of those manufacturers where for once my bank account would like them to release a loco that I don't immediately want. I know exactly how you feel. Obviously I do a bit of video work for them. I go down to their offices and film a lot of stuff for them. Even though I get paid for doing that, I feel like every time I go there I end up spending more money in my head than I actually do. I mean, anything that I make for doing the work for them, I immediately go home and end up spending it on pre-orders. So yeah, RG Models 86 saying, I know exactly what you mean, to Panny Attack Man. Yeah, it's yeah. Joshua W56 says Rapido should probably look into making Thomas models at some point. So they don't have the license for it. Is the simple thing. I'm going to switch the sound off on the Class 25 just so I can hear myself think again. Yeah, it's always, I don't have to shout over the model that way. But yes, so Rapido don't have the license for making Thomas. That's Bachmann. So Hornby used to have it, then they let it go, and Bachmann now have it as well. Bachmann used to have it worldwide, of course, but Hornby had the rights for the UK. Now that Hornby have given up those rights, Bachmann have it in the UK as well. And to be perfectly honest, I think they're doing a fine job of it, essentially. You know, the Thomas models don't need to be particularly high quality. High quality isn't the right word. Highly realistic, I think. That's the thing. It's always just that thing of, you know, they're going to be bought by kids mainly, or by, you know, parents for kids to run on kids' layouts. So I don't think that having like high quality or highly detailed models of Thomas locos is such a necessity. I know that Rapido did try it out with the J70. If the one I was running, actually, it's just here. This little guy here. This is actually Toby. It's number 127, which is commonly thought to be Toby's number. I think it's either confirmed in the books or something like that, or it's one that people have sort of, you know, figured out, and that's the commonly agreed one. I think there is this sort of thing that people really like, Thomas fans especially, they really like it when you make the Thomas locos as realistic models, but they don't necessarily always buy them. And it kind of comes back to that thing of what I was talking about with the wagon, for making a wagon with my logo on, is that, you know, there's an argument there for there is an argument for creating that stuff, but also if it's just for people to go, oh, that's really cool, but they don't actually buy it, then what's the point? So yeah, it's just one of those things. But we'll see. I don't know. Maybe Bachmann will come. I mean, we've seen that they've done, you know, they've done the Talyclin locos out of the Skarloey characters. So, you know, they did the Skarloey 009 locos, and as a result, loads of people bought the Skarloey models and then removed the faces and gave them more realistic paint jobs to make them look more like the Talyclin, locos. And now, as a result, Bachmann are taking those molds, have done them without the face, and they're doing it in such a way that, with a realistic paint job. It's essentially the same model, so it is still a bit chunky in some places or whatever, but I think for the vast majority of people, that's actually fine. Like, it's much easier than doing the paint job yourself, put it that way. And to be fair, for a lot of us, the paint job that Bachmann do will probably be to a higher standard than what we could achieve by hand. So I don't know, maybe we'll see. But the crucial bit of information is that Rapido don't have the license to do the Thomas stuff. So if anyone was going to do it, it would have to be Bachmann who was going to do that. Rapido do have the license, obviously, for the Titfield Thunderbolt and Ivor the Engine. And I think Ivor the Engine is very much their focus at the moment in terms of licensing stuff. So yeah, that will be the next big thing. Yeah, I think they're very pleased with how that's going. And yeah, they're releasing enough stuff in the Ivor the Engine range to literally make an entire layout. So yeah, I think that's going to. I hope it's going to be really popular for them. Yeah. Oh, just as I was looking at the chat there, another super chat has come through. Mark Peel says, if you were starting anew but with knowledge, would you choose 00 gauge or TT120 now? Oh, that is a very good question. I think for me personally, I would still go with 00 gauge. And the reason for that is because there are more of the locos that I want to model and more of the stuff that I want to model in 00 gauge. For me, I really like industrial steam engines, like small little industrial tank engines. That's very much my sort of focus and what I like running. As a result, at the moment, there isn't any of that in TT120 at the moment. The closest we've got is the Class 08, which is a little... it's a British Railways diesel shunter, and we've got the J50. It's not the J52, it's the J50 that's coming out in TT in a few months' time, supposedly. Which are kind of like little industrial engines, but I think, you know, for me, it's like the, it is very much kind of like, yeah, I just want to be able to run, yeah, I want to be able to run those things. That's not to say that TT120 is not worth investigating in any kind of way. That is literally just my personal opinion on what I like to run. You can absolutely make a fantastic layout with the stuff that is available in TT120 already. I feel like I've proved that with the layout that I built on this channel and subsequently as taking to exhibitions. Yeah, I mean, if you're not fussy about running a particular... Okay, here's where TT120 really works. If you want to run like big long express trains, but you haven't got the space to do that in 00 gauge, but you find N gauge too fiddly, TT120 is perfect for that. Or I feel like TT120 would be perfect if you're a beginner who also doesn't have much space either. So that, I think, is a prime example of where TT120 works. So yeah, I hope that answers your question, Mark. So yeah, I guess if you have any more sort of follow up to that. Actually, he does. I've looked at the chat again. Fair play. Just having finished the touches put on a garden room for our future model railway, we want to focus on the 40s and 60s era mostly. So in that fact, if you're wanting to do that, then TT120 might actually be pretty good for you, because I think a lot of the engines are sort of in that British Railways livery. You've got the A4, you've got the A3. You've got the Duchess, is it the Duchess or the Coronation? The LMS engine they've done. You can get away with running the green British Railways 08, and there's also a Class 37 that's coming up as well. So you can, that stuff all fits within that kind of region. So, and it's also not like they've just done one A4 or one A3. There are lots of different ones as well. So you can get like a couple, if you wanted to have like big long express trains and that was the thing. Oh, it says space is 12 foot by 8 foot. So that's about the size of this layout then. So yeah, it's, or maybe just a little bit smaller than this layout, but roughly the same size-ish. So yeah, it's kind of up to you. I mean, obviously, I went for a single track layout, and I kind of with this layout, and went more for a less is more approach. I like again, because I like industrial steam railways, I like heritage railways. I like the idea of a single track line running through some landscape and having enough space on either side for the landscape and for scenery. If you wanted to, you could absolutely have like a 2-track main line with a station or something and do this in double O gauge, and it would look absolutely fine. I mean, if you look at the station area that I've got here, that's a double track line there. So it's not like it completely dominates the space. So you could absolutely do like a 2-track main line, maybe even a 4-track main line if you wanted to, just as the Class 25 goes through there really quite nicely. But yeah, but I mean, to be perfectly honest, if you had this space and you did a TT120 mainline, that would be something indeed. That would be incredible. I mean, you'd be able to fit so much more into the space. It would be, yeah, it would be really incredible. It would be a challenge as well, but no doubt about it. But I think it's probably going to be a challenge regardless. So, it really comes down to what you want to do. I would say it's difficult because you can't really go out and see TT120 in the wild at the moment because it's not established enough as a scale to be there at every exhibition that you go to. But yeah, because normally what I would say is, go and see the scales in person and try and decide which one you want to use. But obviously it's difficult if one of them isn't as popular as the other, essentially. So yeah, I think it's really going to come down to, does TT120 serve the needs? Basically just, do you want to if you want to make the most of that space that you've got, then I think, TT120 is a viable option, absolutely. But at the end of the day, it's going to come down to, are you happy to have, say, like 8 locos and be done and be okay with that, or are you the sort of person who wants to be able to expand their collection? Not to say that TT120 isn't going to continue expanding at any point. I think it will, but it's just, at the moment that is, you are limited at the moment as to what's available. Whereas at least with double O gauge, you've got a lot that you can choose from. If you were going to do like a double O gauge like mainline or something, then you can specifically choose, like, I'm only going to get LNER engines, or I'm only going to get I don't know, like it's just being pointed out that somebody hasn't left in a question, but yeah, no, I know. Okay, right. So yeah, anyway, we shall. Yeah, I think I've probably spoken enough about that. I do need to get something. I do need to get something running for NK Productions 2014, who wanted to see Dinmore Manor running. So I think what I'm going to do. Yeah, I think what I'll do is I'm going to bring Dinmore Manor out into platform 2, and then I'll get another set of carriages out and run it with that. Also, Pannier Tank Man sent in a super chat, I think, but didn't ask to see anything. So let me know if you're still around. Let me know if there is something you would like to see. I will say we are at 8:15 now. So if anybody wants to send in a super chat, this is your last opportunity, because I can't keep doing this all night, basically. So apparently we've lost Britomar. Oh yes, we have. I can see it there. It's fallen off. That's I wonder how long that was gone. Yeah, I think what happens is it goes round like some of the points in the fiddle yard, or it goes around some of the corners, and it gradually just like shifts off by a millimeter or so each time. So it's slightly worrying. But yeah. Oh well. Yes, everyone pointing it out now. Okay, great. Oh, the Little Western Model Railway has joined us. Hello to you. Thank you for tuning in. But yeah, like I said, we have about 15 minutes left of the stream. I'm going to run Dinmore Manor next, and if anyone else has any more super chats they want to send in, do let me know, because otherwise Dinmore Manor will be the last thing we run tonight. So yeah. Right, I'm going to get Dinmore Manor going in just a moment. I'm going to try and keep this on the main screen, and what I'm going to do is just slow. Oh, I've slowed it down a bit too much now. I wasn't actually intending to slow down quite that much. There we go. Right, I need to find Dinmore Manor so that I can get it out of the shed. Oh, we have a super chat that is coming. Northeastern and Cotswold Railway has says, is it possible to see the Midland 1F? And apparently Pania Tankman has... Okay, I'll deal with that later. Yes, we absolutely can run the Midland 1F. Sorry, I'm just in the middle of doing a shunt at the moment, so... I just want to make sure that I get... Oh, no, that's running the wrong direction. Here we go. Let's go down to camera 3. There we go. And just in time as well to see the Class 25 come over the bridge. So I think what we'll do is we'll let the Class 25 do one more lap, a lap of honour, and I'll just check I have reset all the points correctly. Yes, indeed I have. Yeah, then we will have, we'll get another train out so that we can, I think we'll run Dinmore Manor with something. Probably turn the sound on this as well, actually. There we go. Right, I'm just dealing with that with something else behind the scenes here. Okay. Sorry, I'm also aware I'm trying not to just like talk constantly all night, because it can get a bit grating otherwise. Not just for you guys, but also for me as well. Right, okay, what I need to do now is get another loco out, and we're going to run just very, very quickly, if I can find it. Where is it? There it is. Got something on the layout which I think will work quite nicely. I think NK Productions 2014 did want to see Dinmore Manor running with some Great Western coaches, which I don't currently have, but I do have some blood and custard coaches, so that will have to do. But as a result, I have this. I just happen to have the Caledonian 812 class on the front of this train. So what I'll do is we'll get this. We'll do a loco swap. So this train will come into the platform, and then we'll swap this over. If one of my helpers off screen could, the H class that Pania Tankman wanted to see, that's on the table downstairs. I haven't got it here at the moment, which is slightly annoying. So if one, it's the green one The light green one with only 4 wheels. So if somebody could grab that for me, that would be really, really handy, because I've... Oh, actually, no, is it downstairs? No, I don't think it is. Hold on. Right, I'll get this one running, and then I'm going to do a quick recce and see if I can find it, because I think I know where it is. Unless, of course, it is. Anyway, right, I've got to switch this camera just so I've got to switch the points there and then get onto the right camera. Right. Oh, here we go. Right, let's go to that camera there. It always happens right towards the end, doesn't it? There's always things that I've put in the wrong place, but there we go. We'll get Dinmore Manor onto the train at least and get this going. So yes, the Caledonian 812 making a. Apologies, I've made a slight error there. Aha! The H class has been found, and I have overshot. Very much overshot that set of points there, but don't worry, it's all fine and good. We'll come back down onto the train. Just backing down onto this set of carriages. Oh, just a little bit short, but there we go. There we go. Trigger the buffer sound as well at the same time. Right, so what I have to do now is I've got to disconnect the Caledonian engine from the other end and then make sure I run that into the sidings, or run that into the shed at least. So I should get that all sorted out so that can be done fairly quickly. But yeah, here we go. Let's get Dinmore Manor running if I can find the guard's whistle. There we go. And hopefully it's going to set off in the right direction. Or have I got the brake on still? Why is it not running? Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, it doesn't like that little bit of track, does it? That's interesting. So it's the it's both of those. It's that and the A4 that it doesn't like. Okay. Well, we'll see if it continues to do that. What I do have to do for the moment, though, is make sure. Oh no, I've done the wrong thing again. I've pressed that button and I really shouldn't have, because now it means that if I go back to this shot, yeah, I've ruined it. Whoops. Okay, my bad. Never mind. We'll just go to that. We'll get rid of it. Right. Mustn't get distracted because I've still got a Caledonian blocking the line, so let's get that out of the way quick, because I can see the matter coming round the thing and I can't get the thing. Okay, here we go. Right. There we go. This is going to have to be quite a speedy entrance into the yard. Oh, actually, no, we've got time. We've got 2 locos running on stream at the same time. There we go. So as the Caledonian 812 class disappears into the shed, the Manor comes back around the layout. Right, I'm curious to see what happens this time as it goes round that section of track. It was running okay earlier on, so maybe things have just shifted slightly. But I'm just going to have a look at it now as it comes round. But I have a feeling it's going to do the same thing. Yeah, it's done exactly the same thing. So what I'm going to do. I can't keep doing that every single time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it into the fiddle yard, and then I will do some hand of God running to to get it facing the opposite direction again, if I can, and we'll run it around in the other direction instead. I probably should have thought about this beforehand. Really, that would have been a good idea, wouldn't it? Yeah, I don't know why I decided to put it on the track in that way around. But it's fine. This is all part of the fun, really, isn't it? Anyway, you guys like it when stuff crashes and derails on the stream anyway. So, right. Hopefully this will run properly in the opposite direction, because I feel like that section of track is slightly more reliable when you're going in the other direction. So let's see what happens here. Also, I can turn the speed up a little bit as well, and it'll... Okay, fingers crossed, everyone. Let's hope this works this time. No, it doesn't like that direction either. Oh well, I did try. Okay, I mean, to be fair, there is a really dodgy section of track just there. So it's certainly not the loco's fault. It is very much down to my poor track laying. Do you know, funny enough, I did think about getting the soldering iron out and fixing that section of track before the stream tonight, and then I realised that was probably a bad thing to start messing around with the layout like half an hour before the live stream. So yeah, I'll just have to keep fixing that as it continues to go round, to be perfectly honest. Oh, and then Richard from New Junction has just turned up as well. Hello to you. We are running the Accurascale Manor at the moment, so his ears must have been burning, that's why. Yes, I promise I'm not saying anything bad about the Manor itself. It's my layout that is not running correctly, or is not up to standard for such fantastic models, I should say. But yes. Just the front bogie doesn't like the hump in my track that is here. Oh dear. I'm trying to get it back on the... There we go. maybe what we'll do is we'll run it round one more time, and if it survives, I don't know, maybe I'll just do some shunting with it in and out of one of the yards or something. I've just remembered I've got to do the Midland 1F as well at some point. But that's fine. Oh, actually, I know what I can do. Yeah, okay, perfect. Let's, I've had an idea. Yeah, it has derailed. Sorry, I was messing around with camera angles and stuff. Here we go. I'm going to slow it down. So we've had it running there a little bit. Oh, I've very much overshot that. Overshot this again. Sorry, that was a last-minute decision to stop there. So I have slightly messed this one up. Sorry, I also don't have an uncoupling tool with me on at the moment as well. Oh dear. Oh, actually, maybe I should get those coupled for the moment. Right, lots of stuff going on. Got to try and figure out now where I'm going to get... Oh, yes, here we go. Okay, right. Sorry, I'm figuring things out on the fly for you guys. So I'm going to run the Midland 1F. That was for North Eastern and Cotswold Railway. In fact, I just had to find the Midland 1F. And if I get all the points set correctly, which would be a bonus. Here we go. I will say the Midland 1F is running quite a lot better than it was earlier on this morning. when I was trying to film a video with it, and it didn't want to play ball at all. It just kept stalling all over the place like that. I was tempting fate there a bit, wasn't I? Go on, get going. This is going to have to run bunker first because I've only got a coupling on the front for some reason. There we go. Right. I'm not going to get rid of the Manor quite so quickly though. I'll put it in platform 2 or something just so that we can appreciate it. Right. With that said though, let's get the Midland 1F going. Oh, no. Helps if I set off in the right direction. Really hoping now that the Midland 1F also doesn't decide to derail as well. But it seems to be fine for the moment, so we'll go with that. Right. I do need to get Dinmore Manor out of the way as well. So, with that said, as soon as this carriage clears, I'll go back to the multi-view there. Right, I've got a bit of time still because the 1F is still going through the fiddle yard at the moment. It's just about to come back out onto the layout now, so. I feel like if we put this in a nice prominent position there, we can appreciate the Manor a bit more. And there we go, there's the Midland 1F coming back out onto the layout there. So yeah, we were supposed to finish at past, but I've still got one more super chat to do. So yeah, I've still got to run the H class for Pannier Tank Man. So we'll get that going fairly swiftly. But I do want to make sure we run the Midland 1F round a few times at least. In fact, now that I've got it. Now that I've got everything out of the way, I can speed it up a little bit. Probably not a good idea to speed up in the station, so to speak, but you know. Nigel saying, perhaps a good job he's not operating 1-to-1 scale. I assume this is all because of me messing around earlier on and derailing locos and letting carriages run away. And, oh yeah, the guard failed to put the handbrake on. Yeah, okay, yeah, they're all coming in now. And that's why Joe is a guard and not on the footplate. Yeah, okay. So yeah, we'll after this we'll finish up with the what's it called? With the H class. I'm assuming by the H class you mean the Rapido Y7 because it's the NER H class. I can't actually remember what I listed it as on the stream. Anyway, let's have a look at the 1F as it runs around the layout. Yeah, lovely loco this. It's a Bachmann model for those of you wondering. I managed to get it really cheap a few years ago. It was about, I want to say 80 quid, which by nowadays standards is an absolute bargain. But yeah, really nice model this. And also looks good with the Accurascale Manor there sitting in the station too. Oh, I missed that there a little bit. So I think what I do need to do is, my plan is to stop, yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll stop the Midland 1F in the platform, and then let the Y7 go around the outside of it through platform 2. But that does mean that I need to get rid of the Manor. Well, not get rid of it, but I need to put it in a siding somewhere. So that's something that I need to do. But that's fine, because we can do that in just a moment. As soon as this train goes through again, we'll do have to be a little bit more aware now, because obviously I've sped the 1F up, so just trying to get everything in the right place at the right time. Although actually, I have cleared the points, so it's all fine, it's all good. Oh, do you know what? I changed the wrong set of points. That's not ideal, is it? Again, another good reason why I am not to be trusted with real locomotives, and why I very much stay in the guards department. I'll slow the Manor right down, because it's sort of a bit silly if it's all blocked by the train as the mainline train as it goes through. But yeah, I'm just going to put the Manor in this siding here. So, oh, you can see the firebox flicker going there as well. There we go. So now I just need to get the Y7, or rather the H class, running for Northeastern and no, sorry, that was the 1F. But Pannier Tank Man wanted to see the H class going, so we need to get that running for him in just a moment. But I think before that, we'll watch the 1F as it comes into the station one last time, or as it runs around the layout, shall I say. Here it comes over the little embankment now. There we go. Just going to bring that to a stop there. Hopefully I've left enough space. But yeah, and now, if I remember to switch all the points correctly, I can get the Y7 going. If it wants to run, of course, which is going to be the big question. Does it want to run? Yes, it's going very slowly. Let's put it on train set mode, so there we go. It'll run a bit faster for us. Right, it is coming. I'm just sorting out all the points in the fiddle yard so that it doesn't crash into something on the way around. Oh, I do need to change the points on the scenic part of the layout as well. Anyway, let's go to this shot here and we can see it coming round. Let's turn the sound on as well. You can see I've even got the tail lamp on the back of the train there. So yes, I am capable of being a proper guard occasionally. Yeah, this is... Oh, I've forgotten that shot comes up again with this. There we go, let's get rid of that. Sorry, I just don't like the way that shot comes up when it does that. I press a button and it makes things go horribly wrong, and I really should put a bit of tape over that button, but yeah. Yeah, it's going to come back around. Funnily enough, for those of you who like this model, who like the Y7 or the H Class, there is a review of it coming up very, very shortly. I believe it comes out on Saturday. If you're a channel member, you'll be getting to see it tomorrow, sometime tomorrow, I believe. Basically, when I remember to push the button to make it go live. Nigel Cole says, good to see the Y7 running. I love mine. Yeah, it is a lovely little model, actually. Rapido have done a fantastic job with these. Mine does have a tendency to stall a little bit, but for the most part, it's okay. It's actually, you can see it's actually doing all right. It's really only when it starts and stops that it, you know, right at the sort of like those, you know, that sort of fine control, you know, where it's running really, really slowly, right as it moves off. It has a tendency to stall then. So I may well see if I can figure out a way of putting a stay alive in it at some point, but I don't know. It may not even need it. It may just be a... Yeah, I'll figure something out eventually. But it runs well enough for my own needs. And obviously it's you can't see it at the moment, but it's got the a couple of Hatton's Genesis coaches on the back there as well. You'll see it's just about to come on through the top right of your screen now. But yeah, I believe, I can't actually remember, there's a Midland coach on the back, and I believe it's a Great Northern coach on the other side, behind the engine rather. But yeah, anyway, we are coming sort of towards the end of the stream now, so thank you so much to everybody who has tuned in. Let's just go to the chat one last time. Firebolt77 says, I found your tutorials very useful and informative. Thank you so much, Firebolt. That's really, really kind of you. NK Productions 2040 said, it's so tiny. Yeah, I'm assuming that means that's the Y7 you're talking about. But yeah, it is very much a small locomotive. Stephen Drummond says, have you still got the live steam mallard, and how often do you run it? I do indeed still have the loco. It doesn't get to see a lot of use because this layout isn't really ideal for it. It can run on here, but you know, it's one of those things where it's like I'm always slightly nervous to run it, just because it is a yeah, it is a slightly finicky loco. Well, not finicky. You need to control it, and I think as we've you know, as we've seen from this stream, I'm not necessarily particularly good at controlling locos. So yeah. RG Models 86 says that could pass as a real life Eye of the Engine. Yeah, it really could actually. You can see why Rapido, once they'd figured out this one, had gone, okay, well let's do Eye of the Engine then. I wonder almost if they just reuse the chassis and just do a new body moulding over the top of it. Because it's got the wheelbase. And I mean, the Y7 actually does have a look of a kind of a toy train, cartoonish sort of thing about it anyway. So, you know, even though it is a real prototype, so yeah. Owen Hardy says, thanks for inspiring me to build my layout. Love Pitley. Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much, Owen. Yeah, he said Putley, then said Pitley Steam Railway. It's fine. I get you. I know what you mean. So who was it? Oh, this was Pania Tank Man who wanted to see the H Class / the Y7. But yeah. So we'll let that do another round because we have gone about 15 minutes over, which is I always tend to go a little bit late on these things. But yeah. Nigel Cole says, love the green livery of the Y7. Mine is LNER black. Yeah, the liveries are fantastic. I do love this this lined green. I tell you which one I do really like as well though, is the NER, the NER black one. I don't know if it's lined black, but it's a northeastern livery, but in black with the lettering on the side. And it looks really sharp in that livery. To be perfectly honest, like, my mind was kind of made up for me because I knew I was going to get this particular one because it's the preserved one. And so for me, that made a lot more sense to get that particular one. Oh, we've just had Andy Travel Channel has just subscribed to the channel. Thank you so much, Andy. Great to have you with us. Yeah, I do think that the NER black one as well is a really nice looking loco. So if I ever do a northeastern layout at some point, maybe I'll be tempted into picking up a second one. Although that's perhaps not going to happen anytime soon. I think I'm already running out of space as it is. But yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll follow the Y7 around the layout one more time. But we'll come back to this shot just for a moment. I have taken the hat off just because I felt a bit hot with it on. It is just here. I've still got the hat. But I'm just not wearing it for the moment. But yeah, thank you so much to everybody for tuning in tonight. It has been, I love doing these live streams. It's always so much fun to do. And yeah, thank you so much to all of you for tuning in. Thank you so much to all of your super chats as well. We've had so many come in. We've had Matt Toom, Ravenhawk, Sean Mander, Pannier Tankman, NK Productions 2014, Mark Peel, Northeastern, Cotswold Railway, Midland 1F, and also Soda Dan the Man sent in one right at the beginning as well. However, let me just go back to the layout. I think we shall watch. We'll watch the train going round one last time. I think before I do sort of the final. Before I do the kind of the final little goodbye bit, which I always end up extending as well. But it's all part of the fun, isn't it? But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. It has been a fantastic stream. I do love doing these. They are so much fun to do. It's basically like getting to do a model railway exhibition for you guys where you can, you're guaranteed to get a fantastic view of the layout because you get to see everything with all these wonderful cameras. It's so much fun to do these now. And so yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying the streams. Like I said, we'll be back for another live stream next week as well. Yeah, looking forward to that one, and fingers crossed I'll have some other stuff to run that'll keep you guys interested. But yeah, for the moment, I think that is where we are going to leave it for tonight. So thank you so much for watching, everybody, and I think that's pretty much everything I can say. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, everyone. I'll catch you next week. In the meantime, there will be another video coming very shortly. It will be a review of the Y7, which you can see here just running through the shot now. So that's quite handy. But yeah, I think as we bring this into the station, we'll stop this here, and I think. Or maybe I'll just overrun, or actually, maybe we won't. Maybe we'll just keep it going because I overshot the station there. But yeah, a big thank you to Soda Dan the Man as well for being our moderator tonight as well. And he quite rightly says thank you to all the subscribers and the members. Without you, the channel wouldn't be what it is. That is absolutely true. Thank you so much to everybody who continues to watch, who continues to subscribe, who continues... I should go back to this shot, really. Everyone who continues to watch, everyone who subscribes, everyone who is a member, and everyone who sends in a super chat as well. It's all very much appreciated and all helps to keep the channel going. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, everybody. It's been a fantastic stream tonight. I hope you guys have had some fun. I have had a lot of fun as well. There's been a lot of chaos, as there always is. But yeah, like I said, stay tuned. There's lots more videos coming very, very soon. And yeah, I think that's it for tonight. So I shall see you with another live stream next week, and there'll be another video out for you on Saturday for the general public, and it'll be out for members tomorrow sometime. So yeah, but for now, thank you so much for watching. I've said this about 4 times already, but you get the idea. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.